Hi guys, and welcome back to Simply Forex, the channel dedicated to you, the trader. We want you to be successful in the markets. So guys, I'm going to give you some gold every day. I'm going to let you know which currency pairs I'm looking to trade and which direction. And I'm also going to let you know which news that you must be aware of. So let's take a look at the chart and what I'm potentially going to trade today.
Morning guys, it's Friday. We've made it to the end of the week. It's Friday. Yes, it's Friday. It's Friday the 5th of August to be exact. And we would love to hear from you. We'd love to know how your trading week has gone, guys. So perhaps leave us a comment below the video. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you. As always, guys, we're going to look back at yesterday's 3 potential trades that we had. We're going to look at today's potential trades, and we're also going to look at the important news for today. So, no further ado, let's start with yesterday's recap. Guys, the recap's really important. Yeah, we want to know, how we traded it, what we could have done different. Maybe we made a mistake. Let's see. So, the first one from yesterday, guys, is this. This is the US dollar against the Canadian dollar. All right, and we were looking to short this pair. So the reasons for shorting this were as follows. So we were in an uptrend, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, but then price came down, broke these lows here, okay, and eventually broke this low here, okay. These candles here actually broke this low from over here, from weeks ago. Okay, and all we were looking to do, guys, wait for the next candle that gave us an indication that sellers were in control and we could come lower. Okay, and that was this candle here. All right, let me zoom in so you can see this a little bit clearer. Yeah, so it's this candle here, guys. This was a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern. So the idea was just to come from one of our grey zones back down to these daily lows here. All right, guys, as you can see, that didn't happen. Okay, so let's take a look on the H1, which is, the time frame for our criteria, and see if we could get in on this trade. And I'll tell you now, we couldn't. Let's have a look. So, what we were waiting for, guys. Remember, we had a couple of options. So, what did happen, guys, is price broke out of this grey zone. And then what we wanted to do was price to test this grey zone so we could take it back down. Okay, but in this grey zone, we needed a bearish candlestick pattern. Yeah, and this candle here, guys, is not a bearish engulfing candlestick pattern or any candlestick pattern. Yeah, that tells me sellers are fully in control. Okay, so that option was no longer on the table. Yeah, so we couldn't trade that. So then we were waiting for price to come up to this grey zone, which it did. And this one, guys, we've got a large wick here, but the body of the candle is just as big. Yeah, so for me, this was not an entry candle to come short. Okay, and then we also had this candle. Okay, but again, we had a very large green candle before it, and we had a wick on the bottom of this candle. So again, guys, I didn't like this trade either, this candle either. So for me, guys, I couldn't get in on this candle, and it broke, H1. So price was in a downtrend, but then it shot back up. Okay, and then price was in an uptrend on the H1. Okay, so for me, guys, I just didn't have a trade for this pair. Okay, maybe you did. Yeah, let me know if you did. Let me know how you traded this pair. But for me, I didn't, guys. My criteria wasn't met. Okay, next one, guys, is this. The next trade idea was this. This is the Aussie dollar against the US dollar. And again, guys, let me explain why. We were looking to buy this market. So let me explain why. So price, as you can see, guys, was using this diagonal channel, where you see the grey line, okay, as a downward trend, okay. Then price broke out of this diagonal trend and broke this last high here, Okay, so ever since this candle here, guys, we was in an uptrend because we had higher highs. And we were just looking for, ways to get in on this trade. Okay, and then eventually, guys, we had this candle form. Okay, looking back, it could be a little bit more bullish in hindsight, but nonetheless, yeah, we were just trying to take price from one of our grey zones back up to this blue line here. Okay, and as you can see, guys, it almost got there, but not quite. All right, so we'll look at the H1 in a minute, but before we do, guys, because I traded this pair, so for me, I'm not happy to keep long in this pair because of this wick here on this green candle. I would close any profit that I'm in. Okay, so let me explain on the H1, guys. All right. But yeah, we were looking to buy this pair. Let's look at H1 because this always tells us exactly what went on. So again, guys, one of our options was this, that price broke this grey zone, came back into the grey zone, reacted, and we took price back up. And that's exactly what I did, guys. All right. So what I actually got in on, guys, was this candle here. Yeah, it's a little bit aggressive, but look at this wick. It's a beautiful wick. It even comes down out of our grey zone. Yeah, potentially collecting some buys. Okay, and then closing back into our grey zone. All right, guys, I know it's not a green candle. I do have eyes, but I love the wick. Okay, and it's probably double the size of the body of the candle. Okay, so I entered here. I put my stop below here, around 5 ticks below. Okay, and then I took price. I closed a risk to reward of just over 1:1. Okay, I think I closed about here. All right, so I got a little bit more than a risk to reward of 1:1, closed 80%. Okay, and then price come back down. It sort of retested this grey zone, but yeah, this candle does not tell me buyers are in control. But what I have done this morning, guys, yeah, literally when I just got up, I closed the remaining 20% here, only for a small profit. But because of that daily candle, I just didn't want to keep buying this pair. Okay, so yeah, very profitable trade, guys. Closed the first part of the trade for 80% profit, and then I've just closed my last 20% here, guys. Okay, because I didn't like the daily candle. Again, guys, let me know how you traded this pair. And again, arguably, guys, you could have also gotten on this candle. Yeah, just while I'm here. All right, guys. Yeah, like I say, profitable trade for this one. Happy trader. Let me know how you traded this pair. The third and final trade from yesterday was this. It was the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. Just scratching my nose, not picking, just scratching. And again, we were looking for buys. Yeah, it's very correlated to the Aussie dollar, US dollar, almost an identical chart. So price was in a downtrend using this grey resistance as a diagonal channel. Okay, but then eventually price broke out of this channel, breaking this last high here. Okay, so again, ever since this candle had formed, I was looking for longs because we had higher highs, guys. Yeah, and then eventually, guys, we got this candle here. Again, in hindsight, because of this previous candle, it could have been a little bit more bullish. But anyway, yeah, we were looking for buys because of this candle back up to this high here. Again, guys, looking at the day chart, I probably wouldn't be looking for buys anymore. Yeah, just because of this wick. Yeah, okay. But let's look at H1, guys, to see how we traded this one. So I didn't get in on this pair, guys, because for me, the Aussie dollar gave me a better setup. So I traded the Aussie dollar. All right, but maybe some of you took this pair instead. And again, it's very similar, guys. So yeah, our only trade idea for this one was price to come out of the grey zone, which it already had, come back, retest it, and shoot off up, which is exactly what happened, guys. All right, so happy days. But let's look at the candles. So arguably, you could have got in on this candle, but like I said, guys, the entry candle on the Aussie dollar US dollar was a better entry for me, which is why I took that pair. Okay, but you could have entered on this candle if you was feeling Mike Tyson aggressive. But if not, you could have entered on this candle for me. Okay, because it doesn't have much of a top wick and it has a bit of a bottom wick and a full body. Okay, so either of these candles you could have taken back up to these last H1 highs, okay, up to here, but bearing in mind your stop will be down here. So on this pair you have to be you have to be aware of your risk to reward. Yeah, okay, if you got in on this candle, the close of this candle, no problem, your risk to reward is good. If you got in on the close of this green candle, then the risk to reward isn't there really, guys. Okay, but yeah, there's still potential profit to be made. Okay, like I say, guys, I didn't trade this pair, but let me know if you did. We'd love to hear from you in the comments. Right, guys, let's take a look at today's potential trades now. Guys, we had a profitable day yesterday, trading dollar weakness, so I hope you followed some of the trade ideas, and I hope you enjoyed the recap. If you did, please subscribe to the channel, come join us, and also smash that like button, guys. Help support the channel. Thank you very much. Right, guys, today we've got 3 potential trades, but I'm also going to look at some other trades and show you why they're a bit untradeable. Okay, so let's look at the first one. So this is not a trade idea. This is an untradeable trade for me. Maybe for other traders, maybe not. But for me, untradeable. Okay, so what we see here, guys, is, you know, the daily chart. Okay, and price has come up and then it's broke down. Clearly in a downtrend. Yeah. Okay, so clearly in a downtrend on the day chart. And we've got this beautiful bearish candle. Yeah, these types of candles, yeah, I love these kind of candles, okay? So in a perfect world, I would just short this back down to these lows. Okay, so you're thinking, why aren't you, Tom? Well, the problem with all these yen pairs is this. So on the day chart, as you can see, it's screaming out, sell me, sell me, sell me, short me, short me. Yeah, but on the weekly chart, okay, if we look at here, it is saying buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me, long me. Okay, so all the yen pairs are in this battle of weekly buying pressure and daily selling pressure. You can look at, I've only looked at the one example, but you can look at other yen pairs and you will see this happening. So what you've got basically is this battle, yeah, between this weekly buying pressure and this daily selling pressure. And for me, it just makes it a bit untradeable. It could go either way. We just don't know. Okay, guys, so that's one example of a trade of the yen pairs, as you know, in general, we cannot trade them for those reasons. Let me remove this pair. I will not trade you. Excuse me, a little bit bunged up this morning. Right, the second pair is this. Yeah, untradeable. Look at this chop. Just chop, 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 chop. And look, have you seen so many wicks on a pair? Yeah, look at these wicks. Okay, it's just wick central. Okay, so for me, until it breaks out of this area here, it's just a bit untradeable. Yeah, you can trade a ranging market, you know, buy here, take it up, short here, take it down. Yeah, you can. But I generally trade trending markets. Okay, and for me, this is just stuck in this box. Yeah, it's just stuck in this box, ranging. Okay, and you know, 1 minute you think you're coming down with a candle like this. You think, okay, I'm going to make millions of pounds. And then the next one, you have a candle like this. Yeah, you have a candle like this. You think, right, we're off to the upside. Yeah, and then the next candle, we have a candle going down. Yeah, it's just made this pair very untradeable as well, guys. It's the same for pound, Aussie dollar as well. Okay, so another pair we can't trade. Goodbye. Yeah, let's look at this pair as well. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Swiss franc. I'm just showing you guys, yeah, this is another example of an untradeable pair. These are not trade ideas. This is untradeable. But again, guys, we are just basically in this range. Yeah, it's just been going, I don't know what to do with myself. Okay, and even if it does break out here, yeah, we do have a bit of room up to these potential lows here. Okay, but if it breaks lower, yeah, we don't have any room to these last lows, so I wouldn't be selling into this anyway. So it could be some time before I'm looking at this pair. Okay, so guys, we will get rid of this pair. Yeah, I just wanted to give you some examples of yeah, why the market is a little untradeable on a few of the pairs. But today, Friday the 5th of August, we do have some pairs to trade. Hallelujah. So the first one is this. This is the Aussie dollar against the Canadian dollar. And we are looking to buy this pair. Okay, so remember the day chart is why. Why are we looking to buy this pair? Let me tell you. So price was in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs. Didn't create a lower low. Yeah, which always tells us price could be breaking down. Sure enough, it breaks out of this, yeah, breaks this high. So we now have higher highs. We are in an uptrend. Okay. And then yesterday, guys, we had this bullish candle form. Yeah, we had this one yesterday, a sort of doji, but a bullish doji, followed by a strong candle yesterday. So all we're looking to do is take price back up to the last H1 highs, or even leave some on the trade to take it back up to these highs over here, and this psychological level of 9,100. All right, guys, so yeah, we're looking to buy this pair. Let's look at H1 for our criteria. So a couple of things can happen here, guys, all right? So what we want to see, first of all, is price come back down to this level, yeah, and test these lows here and potentially these lows here. All right, so price comes back down. We get a bullish candlestick pattern. This is always our trigger to enter. We can enter the trade, take price back up to the last H1 highs, close 80%, and then leave 20% to run. Okay, so that's the first idea for this pair, our first set of criteria. The next one is this. I need to zoom out a bit so you can see this. Yeah, so the second one could be this, guys. The price breaks out of this grey zone, comes back, retests it. We get a bullish candlestick pattern form, and then we can take price back up to our higher time frame target. Okay, guys, so Aussie dollar CAD long, we are looking to buy this market. We've got a couple of two potential pieces of criteria to meet to enter. Okay, next one is this. This is the New Zealand dollar against the Canadian dollar. Obviously, highly correlated with the Aussie dollar Canadian dollar. So trade the one that gives you the best setup. Okay, so for this pair, why are we longing it? This is the day chart. This is always our why. So this is why. Okay, so he was in a downtrend. Lower lows, lower highs, didn't quite create lower lows, didn't create a higher highs. Then it's been sort of lots of indecision. But then eventually, let me draw that again. Eventually, these highs here, take into account all of these highs here were eventually broken with this green candle. Okay, so for me, once this zone here has been broken, we now have higher highs. Okay, so we're in an uptrend. We've got higher highs. Then we had this wick form, yeah, like a bullish doji, and then we had a strong bullish candle form yesterday. So again, guys, similar to the Aussie dollar Canadian dollar, we just want to take price from one of our grey zones back up to the last H1 highs, or even carry it on up to this psychological level of 8,200. Okay, guys, so yeah, that's the why we are longing it. Let's look at H1 for criteria, our criteria. So we've got a couple of grey zones here, guys. So price could retrace down to this grey zone, which corresponds with these last lows here. And then again, we want to see a bullish candlestick pattern form, enter the trade. We can close 80% of the trade back at the last H1 high, as long as we get a risk to reward of 1:1, and then let 20% to run up to our higher time frame. If that doesn't happen, guys, then price could retrace all the way back down to here, which corresponds with these last H1 highs. I don't like this level as much because to hit this level, you are breaking H1 structure. Yeah, so, but H4 structure won't be broken. All right, but anyway, yeah, that's how I'm thinking, guys. All right, I don't like H1 structure to be broken. Anyway, but price could retrace down to this grey zone. We want to see a bullish candlestick pattern form, enter the trade, close 80% here, leave 20% to run. Okay, guys. So yeah, New Zealand dollar, Canadian dollar, we're also looking to long that market. The third and final trade for the day, guys, is this. This is the pound against the Swiss franc. Okay, so let me zoom out a little bit. All right, so price, yeah, it's just been in this sort of sideways market, really. Okay. Okay, so what we want to do is just off the back of this very bearish candle is take price lower. So we want to short this market, sell this market. Okay. Yeah, let me zoom in a little bit. So yeah, unless these last H1 highs here are broken, yeah, we're still in a downtrend because we had lower lows. Okay, we are still in a downtrend here, and we had this very bearish candle form. What I don't like about this trade, guys, is we don't have a lot of room to move into. But yeah, we want to see price retrace. It has to retrace to give us some value to one of our grey zones, and then we can take it back down to this blue line, okay, or even this grey zone. Okay, so this is a trade idea for today. I prefer the two Canadian dollar weakness pairs that I just looked at, but this is a trade as well. Okay, so yeah, that's why we're looking to short this pair. If we look at the H1, guys, for our criteria, so we've got a couple of grey zones, guys. So price could retrace into this grey zone, which corresponds with these last H1 highs here. We see a bearish candlestick pattern form. We enter the trade, and we can take it back down to the blue line, okay, because it's so close to the last H1 low anyway. Okay, if that doesn't happen, guys, then price could retrace back up into this grey zone, which corresponds with these last H1 lows. And again, we want to see a bearish candlestick pattern form, get into the trade, take price back down, yeah, to these last H1 lows, where you could close 100%, guys. It's so close to the higher time frame target. All right, guys, so yeah, they're the three trade ideas for today. Let's take a look at the crazy world of news now. Guys, if you enjoyed this daily morning analysis and would like to receive it every single morning, then please come join us, subscribe to the channel, and then smash that notification button, guys. Thank you. Right, news for Friday the 5th of August. So nothing overnight, guys, that we need to be interested in. The first piece of news that we're interested in today, and it's a big piece of news, and it's this. At 1:30, we've got two big pieces of news coming out. So firstly, at 1:30 London GMT, we've got non-farm payrolls. This can really move any US dollar pair. And if you combine it with the unemployment rate at the same time, then we could really see some movement in the US dollar. Okay. At the same time, we also have unemployment change in Canada. Okay, so this is big news for Canada. So, you know, the US dollar against the Canadian dollar, this could really move. This could go a little bit loco. Okay, and then if we carry on down, guys, the last piece of news we're interested in is this. At 3 o'clock, we're coming out of Canada, we've got IVPMI. All right, guys, so yeah. And after that, no other news that we're interested in. All right, guys, so that's it. That's the news finished. That's the video finished. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please subscribe, like, and share. I hope you have a great trading day and a great weekend, guys, and I'll catch up with you on Monday.